opportunity given. We don't have to be like Kenya. We don't have to. But this revolution can take place. And this is a gift that is given to Nigerians. The gift of us to go and do election. And this election, people are saying that it's not easy for INEC to rig election. It's not easy for incumbent president to rig election. The rigging election is a very, very complex and difficult thing. If people are really, really ready to protect their vote and also do the needful during the election time. But when you become and you push the blame to somebody and you push the work to somebody and you become number one complainer instead of you to be number one doer, because that's what is killing the whole movement to my own destiny. A lot of people tends to complain than tends to act. And I'm happy for those that are acting. I think there should be a shining example to those that are not acting, so that all of us should be acting, be actively involved. Anytime somebody DM me and send me, this is what he feels, I quickly munch it, forward it. If PO did not read it, when I meet him, I read that complaint about that person to him to listen. And thank God, he's a very, very listening person. That's what made him who he is today. And he is very, very decent. If you have this kind of attribute on a leader, that's what we need. He's not vindictive. If I tell him that so person don't like you, he say, Brian, how can we see that person so that we can talk? I would say this one abuse you. He said it has nothing to do with abusing me. Maybe he has a reason. There is an angle he's looking at me. Let's have a conversation. This is the kind of person that I've seen in him. So
Ibrahim,
I wish. Yes.
If you don't mind, I want to ask you a question based on what you just said now.
Please.
So him being open to dialogue, and of course, we will ask that question when it comes up.
Yeah.
What do you say to critics who think that this same dialogue is not what Nigeria needs right now? The dialogues, they're tired of dialogues.
No, Nigeria needs dialogue. Very sorry to say, I have seen broken countries. It takes many years to come back. I want us to do what Malaysia did. I want us to do what Singapore did. I want us to see what China did. We don't have to fight. We don't have to burn down everything. Anybody that is on this piece that is from Sudan, please, you can raise your hand so that we can bring you up. So that you can talk to them about Sudan. Sudan is one of the most beautiful cities, Khartoum, in that part of the country. And it's just like how many, I can't know, 40 something kilometers, I think, through the water to go to Mecca. So it's a route for northerners when going to Saudi Arabia. Most of us have our ancestors that stay in Sudan and live in Sudan. And they have very beautiful hotels. I know of one of my friends, he told me that the day that he was sick, an helicopter ambulance come to pick him in his house. That's the level that Sudan reached before the turnaround of people that told them they have to scatter the country. What we have today, we have tried it during nobody thinks that Nigerians can remove PDP. PDP is even Boston. I was listening to Suswang. Suswang said, when Nigerians are talking that time, we said, we ignore them. He said, if we have not ignored them, PDP will be in government today. But we ignore them. We thought they cannot come together. We thought they cannot do but we should see it the way we are seeing it. We have a chance to change people. What we need is that to have that structure that people are seeing. So a lot of us that are here, outside and in the country, should come and take part and take a position to contest. And when we have created the merger, let the merger have what is called distribution of positions based on the equity of each group is bringing, so that one group will not take away everything. So that we know if we have 3 senatorial districts, one is given to Obedient, for example, then we take and give our best to contest for us. This is how we create the structure up to state level at the state assembly and other places. With the way I'm seeing Mr. Peter Obi dialoguing with people, there is nothing you cannot get with dialogue. Nothing. Because even after the fight, it's a dialogue. Look at what happened in Iran and Israel. After all the bra bomb and everything, what did the United States president said? He said, we have to sit down. We are pushing them to the negotiating table. So no matter how the body is boiling in the obedient movement or in Nigerians, patriotic Nigerians that we want to fight, it won't take us anywhere. And you can see the countries I called, Malaysia and others, when they have early concessions, look at where they are today. So dialogue is very important, and I still want to put upon us that if we go on the streets and talk to people and told them why PO is better, we know all our politicians, but there is some attribute that he's having that is better than them, which he showcase as a governor. And you make them open. Everybody knows governors. We know the governor's convoys. We know the governor's first ladies. We know their aides. We stay with them. They are not from another planet. So we can make comparison to people to see that this is why we are saying that this man is going to be better. He resets a number of politics. We think when he come, he will reset Nigerian politics because he will not buy private jets. He will not buy a new vehicle for himself. He is not going to rule from inside what they call it, villa. He is going to be on ground. He is going to visit the places. So if we keep talking to people to understand this is what he's bringing that is different, then people start in their head because it's easy. Once you put something, it's like you're throwing a seed in the land. It starts to germinate. That fact that we're giving him, God will bless it. He starts to reason with that person. He starts to see the difference around him. He starts to see the governance around him and start to compare on his own in his head. Then during election, it's going to be easier for us to see a group of army of young people that we said we need a change. For example, up here in the north, we are tired of seeing the people. If you go to Kano, for example, 99 class is Ganduje and Konkoso. Today, I speak to you, they are still the ones that are nominating people, giving people tickets, even to contest a state assembly or a local government election. As I've talked to you today, go to Sokoto. The class of 1999 is Bafarawa and Wamako. As I talk to you today, it's Bafara and Wamako that will give you ticket to become anything you want to be in Sokoto. Okay, let's move to Kebbi. In Kebbi State, what they call it, this former custom boss, Aleru, he is still, as I talk to you today, he's still the ones that are down battling to see they keep and become the perpetuate governors of that particular. The same thing happening in Lagos. But what we are seeing in the up north here is that in Zamfara's still example, before the coming of Dauda. So our intention is that in the north is to use this coalition, merger they call it, new party we are going to use, but we want to hide under the leadership of Mr. Peter Obi to create a structure that will now challenge the status quo. That will now challenge the way people used to see politics. They will now challenge. I love the way when we were having a conversation with Mr. P or sometimes ago, he was telling me is that he said, Ibrahim, maybe you have Rolls Royce, but let me tell you, anybody that wants to be part of my government, I will not be a president and allow you to be running in your Phantom or in your Rolls Royce, because we have to set a standard of what we are going to use. Even if you have your what they call it, your private jet, I will tell you, you have to stop using your private jet till when we finish governance, because it's going to be a distraction to us, and it's going to show people we are telling them to tighten their belt. Then my minister is lagrissing, enjoying LV of stew and everything. No, you know, even if you are rich, that's what he says. Even if you are rich, because we are going into public office to serve, so we have to now sacrifice that time for us to serve, so that when we finish serving, we leave government, then we can go back to our lives and continue. He said, that's what I did as a governor. I have a life. Everybody that is here can testify that Mr. P.O. has a life before he went into government. But he sacrificed that time to now lead as an example in Anambra State. And when he left, then he went back to his sister, to his life. We have to see it the way it is. And I am so sure, if I went to television station, I ask people, do call. I do 30-minute program, then I do phone call in for 30 minutes. And I said, people, ask me anything. Even the uncle will say, are you Peter? Why are you asking me to ask you everything? Because I said, I study him. That's what I do. When I go close to people, I study them. And I study. When I was doing campaign with Buhari, I studied him very, very well. And I was surprised when we come back from campaign, for example, we don't review what we have done. Nobody gave him a document and paper and tell him, this is what you have not said here, and this is what we are going to say tomorrow. And he didn't care. Once he comes, he rests somebody's hand. Sometimes he's talking like Balabulu, and they just leave. And I was worried. I was even complaining to somebody very close to the government. I said, it's not good because I'm supposed to learn some things from this man that we call Buhari that is going to government. If he goes the way he's thinking, he's not going to add any value to the country. I said it on open. Everybody knows I said it. Everybody, I can call names of the minister that served Buhari. They know I always ask that question because I'm somebody that look at things. Because we will start seeing things. It's not because when somebody become president that he now change and be what you think he will not. No, if he can offer something from his life, from his previous life, you know he can give something. If you bring somebody that don't have a name, he don't have a classmate, he don't have a business, he don't have anything, and attributed building Lagos, so then you'll be surprised when he didn't give you what he didn't have. This is raw him. No empathy, no remorse, no thinking of anything. He will call for vacation when 200 people have been killed in one of the states that he cannot even visit because he said the road is not good. Who will visit them? So these are the things that if I look at, I get very angry with the young people. It's not about us. It's not about all of us that are here. It's about our children. Can we hand over? If you go to Abuja and you see the level of stealing that government officials are doing currently, you'll be shocked. APC from Buhari's time to today, they just opened the vaults. So when I see people coming on board, let's come with that spirit, not just attacking the person of Peter Obi with lies and propaganda, knowing that that is not him. But you just close your eyes because you want to push that he is a bad person. And that's what they are teaching to all of them. Somebody sit with them and tell them the amount of money he's going to give them to go and lie. And lie for us to continue to suffer as people. Thank you very much. I yield my mic.
All right. Thank you so much, Ibrahim, for that. Guys, please don't forget the hashtag is Peter Obi on Parallel Facts. I'm just going to take a couple of comments. David Moore NG001 wrote, happy to see that in as much as there's so much hardship and eye-scratching events in Nigeria, in the area of leadership, there are still amazing Nigerians still working for a working Nigeria. Peace. Hashtag Peter Obi on Parallel Facts. Anambra Flag Boy wrote, come to hashtag Peter Obi on Parallel Facts. Now there, men mount. We appreciate you so much. Tosin, can you hear me? Are you able to speak? Are you able to speak, Tosin? Okay. Charles, do you have anything you'd like to add while we're waiting?
Do you have anything you'd like to add while we're
sorry,
waiting?
and Charles, before you come on, I know there are a lot of people who are, obviously asking where Peter Obi is. I assure you we're working on this. We will be bringing him up soon. So just hold on, hang on. We appreciate your patience so much. Go ahead, Charles.
Thank you so much, Gloria. It's been back and forth behind the scene here. But what I wanted to say is that we're currently trying as much as possible to bring His Excellency up to the speaker board. The system is fine here. Did everything, tried to check with another account, and it's the same thing. All right. We just need him to be able to access it. I know his DM will be a mess anyways. So that's where the thing is. If you can just get the message in his DM, then he will be able to come on the mic as a speaker, because the option will be there for him to choose either to join the space as a listener or as a speaker. So that's just basically the technicalities behind it. Except his app is not up to date, but I don't believe that. I think it should be up to date. Really need to hear from him tonight. Okay, so well, there's a whole lot as a young Gen Z mixed with the other side. There's a whole lot I hope to ask, our principal. I hope to hear him say, because I've never been interested in politics, but meeting him just in less than 2 years, politics became something that I took more interest in. Those days when our dad used to watch news, we'll be like, oh my God, why is he doing this again? So we are always praying for him to just finish up and go inside so that we can continue our movies, and stuff like that, not knowing that, a time will come, reality will set in, and eventually did. Yeah, but I know someone who while he was in secondary school, I know his story very well. He, they call them Efiwe, so brilliant. They take all the marks, all the awards in school, went to university, graduated as a mechanical engineering, as a mechanical engineer, and 13 years, over 13 years down the line, no job. The only good job he can get that is good, is to be a teacher, in a local school, you know, and he has his BSc second class upper. So it's quite a painful one, and every day we see the government not even seeing these facts, and this is just one of, there's a whole lot of stories. Earlier today I was listening to the comedian Forever, and when he spoke, he said he also studied mechanical engineering, but he had to change his career, after spending all the years in school. So it's quite a painful one, a lot of stories like that. And that is why Mr. Peter Obi has really shown that he is interested in the success of a common man. When a child of nobody becomes somebody, and that's what we hope for, because we we have been made to believe that it doesn't belong to us. Hey, success doesn't belong to you. You can make it. You just need to keep managing. You just need to keep, and that's not true. That's not true. We are talented. We are blessed. And this is to all young people on the space. Don't give up. Get ready to, if you don't have your PVC, just get ready to get that PVC the moment the time comes. Whatever you need to do to make sure that you secure your slot, to become an eligible voter, please make sure that you do that, so that you'll be able to, pick the right leader. At least your children, you'll be able to tell them, I tried my best. I did something. I voted for the right person who I believe in his ideology, and who I believe that can bring about the change that is needed. 2 years ago, when I was trying to work with schools when it comes to productive skill, and all that, because of my musical background, try to bring music into schools when it comes to the practical, playing instruments, singing, and stuff like that. I encountered some of the principals who said the what they call them, the supervisors that comes from, they call, in Lagos State, they call them from Alausa. So said those guys must not see anything instruments in the school. Why? Said if they see instruments in school, they can, suspend the principal or something. I was like, are you kidding me? So it's crazy. It's crazy. Those days when you tell your parents that you want to become a plumber, they'll give you a dirty slap. But today, part of the vocational skill that government has mandated schools to bring into their curriculum is plumbing. You have to learn to, or fixing mobile phones, you know, makeup and stuff like that. And I now ask myself, wouldn't it have been better if I actually just go into one of these things? Because then you look like you don't you can't you are not serious with life. You're not serious with what you want to do. So here's where we found ourselves, and we have hope. That's the truth. And that's the reason why we're not tired. That's the reason why we have to connect with our principal. We have to you know keep talking to him, keep encouraging him. The honest truth is, some of you might be tired, be like, okay, what are we doing here, and blah 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 and all that. But the honest truth is, the fact is that you you have a choice, all right, and you have hope, and that hope is in Peter Obi himself. So you just have to be strong. He needs to see that you guys have not left the space. He needs to see that you guys are holding on strong and you're waiting for him to come, because you need to hear him speak. Not just that, for him to know that, hey, we are ready for you. Wherever it is you want to go, whatever it is you want to do, we're here to back him up. Hearing Alhaji Ibrahim Abdul Karim speak, you know, that's just the way it is. A lot of people are, you'll be surprised what's going to happen in 2027. Because a lot of people have, I know someone who said, oh, Tinubu will perform. Today, he's one of the most angry man on earth. If I ask him, is he performing? So that's just the fact about everything. So we have a chance, we have hope. Don't give up. I was very young when Buhari came into power. Tinubu is in power, and you know the days are going, times are going, and the change that we believe we can influence, that change, we can bring in that change to this country. Don't think you have to. All you need to do first is just make sure that you're ready to stand behind the right person. Okay, so basically that yeah, I don't want to go beyond here. All right, so guys, just hold up and keep the faith. His Excellency is not tired, and we must not be tired too. We must hold on to him. It's since the tribunal, since the last election, he has been going up and down. I read in the comment section of Senator Nenadi on Facebook, when someone was saying that, oh, he needs to be going round and shake hands and stuff like that. And I told the person, I said, hey, that means you've not kept up with what Pio has been doing all this while. He has been going up and down. What do you want him to do? He here is in Lagos, tomorrow he's in Abuja, next tomorrow he's in UK. Like, even in one day, Sarah Ibrahim can also testify to this. Going up and down, like Mama B too can testify to this. So, like, what do you want him to do again? He's shaking hands with everybody, both School of Nursing and those in IDP, and you are still saying he should be shaking hands up and down. Like, seriously, what are you doing? The least you can do is to make sure that you give him that support that he needs, you know, when the time comes. And this is one of the time, right? Some of you might be tired, but don't be, right? I believe that we'll still hear him speak tonight. I believe that, and that hope will be rekindled, because every time I hear him speak, it gives me, for someone who is not even interested in politics in the first place, So and me too, now I'm learning so that I can be able to lead anywhere I can lead, so that I can impact that change, also from the ideology, from what I've been learning from PO, So basically, I think that's just it. So the young generation, we are strong and we are ready. Some of us were not eligible to vote. I was eligible to vote, and I voted for principal. So, and I'm going to do it again. So, if you were not eligible, just get ready. If you don't have your PVC before, please be ready to Okay, because we're going to mobilize massively. And by God's grace, 2027, God, I don't want to hear Bala Blue again. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. It's a privilege to speak on this space. Let me get back to the DM. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Charles. And as Charles said, we know some of you are tired. Um, but I want to thank you all so much for your patience. We want you to know that His Excellency Peter Obi is working to join us and he's having a bit of, well, not a bit, a lot of technical difficulty. Now, for those who know him or have followed his engagements, you know that this isn't someone who shows up late for meetings or interviews. Okay. So, matter of fact, he's known for being incredibly punctual and disciplined. But as we all know, when it comes to the digital space, it can be very unpredictable, be it a network issue, device, all kinds of things going on in the background. I'd rather not even go into. But what we're asking you for is your continued patience as the team works behind the scenes to resolve this. I promise you, once he's in, this conversation will be worth the wait. Thank you all so much again for your patience with us. But yeah, I'm gonna, Tosin, are you able to speak? Trying to give the mic to somebody while we wait. And I'll be going over the rules
Okay, thank you, Gloria,
for
for
the
having me
space
once
in a bit.
again.
Go ahead, Tosin.
Can you hear me? Okay, thank you for having me once again. While we wait for His Excellency Peter Obi, I know he's trying all he can to ensure that he joins us soon. I want us to, just like the last speaker said, just keep tab while we wait for him. And because tonight is very, very important for Nigerians and for us as people, as a nation, and let's just don't let us get discouraged because as I speak, he's trying to join us, and once he does that, then we'll be able to exhaust and explore every question of interest today. On that note, I don't have really much to say, and I yield the mic back to Gloria.
Alrighty, thank you so much, Tosin. I'm just gonna go over the rules real quick. Obviously, it's kind of late in the game, but let's go over it. I'm just trying to get everything we can get out so that once His Excellency comes up, we just go right to it. And N6 had already touched on some of these rules previously. First of all, please make sure your hand is up when you're ready to speak. This is the only way we'll know you're ready to speak. If your hand is up for too long, or rather, if your hand is not up for too long, we will have to remove you so that we can bring more people up. Also, I've asked you that our unofficial fee is a very simple fee. You have to share this space on your timeline. Thank you very much in advance. That's your ticket. Because we don't want you to enjoy it alone. You have to spread it, okay? When you get the microphone, please keep your contribution to 2 minutes max. If you go over, we may have to turn off your mic. Not because we don't value what you're saying. It's just that we want to hear from as many people as possible, especially because people have been waiting for so long. Be as respectful. I keep reiterating this, be as respectful as possible. Get straight to the point, no insults, no long-winded speeches. This is a community space and we want to keep it sharp and powerful. All right. Okay. Hello, Joe.
Hi, Aisha.
This is hi. This is
Yes,
this is Gloria with
well,
Parallel
I'm team
Facts. Can you hear us?
as a teacher.
Okay. Hello. All right, Joseph. We can see you up as a speaker. Can you please put His Excellency on, Mr. Joseph? Hi. Hi, Ms.
Hi.
Aisha.
Hi.
Hi.
Please, apologies. I don't know what's going on. It's been crazy, but whatever it is, by the grace of God, we're going to get him on. So it's long right now. What I'm trying to do now, while I'm speaking, I'm using another phone to call him. Hello, ma.
Yes, we
Yes,
we can
hi.
hear you.
Okay, can PO speak so that while we're working on it, and then please bring. Okay, Joseph is here, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Oh, yes. Hello. Yes. Okay, let me go. Okay.
Auntie Aisha, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think what
Okay.
happened No, what happened? I think he didn't realize that he was hearing you from my own phone. He thought he was hearing you from Joseph's. Why is Joseph
Oh,
not speaking? Can he speak? Is he speaking? He's not speaking, right?
I don't even see him anymore.
I can see him after toasting. I think that's that. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I can't see. I can't see
Yeah,
Joseph.
he just fell off. He just fell off.
Yes.
So let me copy you. I think what he didn't realize was that he was speaking to you through my phone because we've been
Okay.
he joined 8 minutes to 5 minutes to 8. It's been crazy.
Yes.
So please,
Yes.
apologies to everyone. I'll call him again. So what we'll try to do while Joseph is working on it is for him to speak through my phone, WhatsApp call to here.
Mhm.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay, so I will try that. As soon as it comes up, I will come up again. So sorry about
Okay.
that.
It's quite all right. We appreciate you. And see, guys, we're working
Thank you.
tirelessly and we'll do everything we can to bring up His Excellency in just a bit. Don't forget. Oh, I noticed the hashtag was trending, like top, top, top. I don't know where we are now. Can somebody please update me? But we were very close. I saw a certain major person at number one. Messi. No. We have to be number one. We have to be number one. So please keep trending the hashtag Peter Obi on Parallel Facts. Peter Obi on Parallel Facts. Don't forget, if you have any question, if you have any comment, please ensure that that hashtag is in there. That way we're able to discover it. Again, we're streaming on all platforms. Let anybody know, anybody who's maybe not able to join us on X. And if you also want to stream on another platform through another device, you're welcome to. Just click on the link in our bio. It's the Linktree link. I've said this thing so many times at this point. If anybody here is not following us on all of our platforms, I don't know what else to say to you. But anyway, we're waiting on His Excellency. Keep those questions and contributions coming. N6, are you still with us? I haven't heard from N6 in a minute. Mommy B, are you able to speak?
Yeah, I'm still here. I mean, we're trying absolutely everything. It feels like
Mhm.
every time the new POs come in on X, they attack his profile, report it, or whatever else they do it. Because I remember from the last time Dr. Mo was literally sitting with him and he had to log in via Dr. Mo's phone. Right. So here is
Mhm.
the kicker. That in a nation where we supposedly have free speech, right? It's a fundamental human right. Can you imagine, how bad it
Mhm.
looks for one of the
Hello,
opposition?
hello.
Hello, are you ready?
Apollo. No, we're working on. Can you see? I Chukuru, the Joseph IK as a listener. Please, if you can bring you up, that he's trying to enter through there.
Thank you, Auntie Aisha.
Yeah, so
If
I mean,
anybody
it's
can
like
see
it's
that hand,
ridiculous that we
yeah,
have to
go
go
on.
through this all the time. It's really sad that we have to do this because I can remember every space that PO has had. We go through the same thing. We update his app. He comes in. He comes
Hold
out.
on, please. Hold
Are
on.
you ready?
Hold on. While we are looking for the Joseph, just listen to him through WhatsApp. While we are looking for the
Okay.
Joseph to come.
All
Hello,
right
Pio, go
then.
ahead, please.
So, are you listening to me?
Yes, we can hear you, Your Excellency. Can you hear us?
They can hear you, sir.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we
Let
can
me
hear
want
you.
to sincerely apologize for this mess because I'm sure somewhere along the line, somebody or some group of people are working against us. This is what I've always said when I say I have to do this suddenly because I found out from my other conversations, even with people, not just that my phone is being blocked, but it's trying to distort everything. So I sincerely apologize. But whatever means we can go on tonight, let's go on. And I'm here as long as you want me to be here. Please.
We appreciate that. Thank you
I
so much, Your
sincerely
Excellency.
apologize. I started
Thank.
trying to join water to 8. If I know, I said to my wife, I wish you can get me on the phone, everybody.
Yes, sir.
Before anyone joins, that I want to join. And I wish we started trying it that time, probably using another method. Now that I know, I have to find another method of joining in future conversation.
Yes, sir. We appreciate that, and we appreciate you doing everything you can to just ensure that this is as smooth as possible. We know you're trying, and this is what we've been saying. You were doing the best you could, but the most important thing is that you are here, that you're here now, and everybody has somebody said men are mounted, so men are still mounted, men and women are still mounted, and we'll go right into it. Are you ready for us to begin, sir?
Yes, I'm ready. I've been waiting for. This is the only thing I've been waiting since 6 p.m. I've been sitting one place waiting for this to happen.
Yes,
I
sir.
think they have now gotten Mr. Joseph. I've been waiting for. This is the only thing I've been waiting since 6 p.m. I've been sitting one place.
Yes, sir.
Okay, please. Can you see Mr. Joseph and bring him on? So that's PO where he is with the Mr. Joseph.
I think it's still your own working.
Yeah, it's still my own working because so we are using. He's joining this through WhatsApp. Doing this. In the meantime, I think I can see Joseph IK connecting. He's still connecting, sir. So go ahead, sir. Why they connect him?
No problem. I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so I think for now are we able to keep using this medium to ask him questions while we're waiting on that connection, Auntie Aisha?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, great. All right, let's get right into the questions with from the panelists, and then we will bring up speakers in just a bit. N6, please go ahead. You have the microphone.
All right. Thank you very much. Before we get to the panelists, because on the back end, some of our panelists are on the tech team as well. This is the time I'll pick just the first question from the comments. 2.9 thousand comments, and more than 10,000 people on the platform. Let me just go to the comments. Gloria, please pardon me. So
Sure.
the first question I'm seeing here. Dear Peter Obi, you have to pardon me, we've lost an hour, 30 minutes, so we are going off the deep end. Balactic asks a question. He said, Dear Peter Obi, assuming the agreement in the coalition is for you to serve one term and hand over to the North, would you be ready to return to power later or take this arrangement? I'm sorry if this is off the deep end, but this is from the comment section. Balatic, assuming the agreement in the coalition is for you to serve one term and hand over to the North, would you be ready to return power later? Please, sir, you can just answer this, and then on the back end, we'll get back to you.
I'll be very quick. What I've been lacking in our political space is issue to do with character and integrity. Character is what defines a human being. Integrity is what goes to show that it means well. If you take the arrangement, which is understandably what you can call an unwritten agreement, is that our power will go soft and not. And if that arrangement is to be followed strictly, I didn't put that arrangement, but if you follow it strictly, you will see that anybody, not just me, who happen to come from the South as president in 2027 must be ready to leave on the 28th, not 29th of May 2031. I didn't say 29, 28. And if you know me, I campaign for zoning. I champion zoning in Anambra State. That is one of the reasons today some people felt we must deal with this man. I insisted on it, I maintained it, and I followed it to the letter till the last minute. Until today, I still follow it religiously in that state. Let me assure you, my character and integrity is far more important to me. Just like I'm not desperate to be president of Nigeria, if I have opportunity and the agreement is for 2 years, I'll vote for 2 years. In 2 years, I will be able to bring competency, capacity, and compassion into governance. The things are happening today that as president, it will not happen under my watch. So you can take that to the bank and say, I told you so. Not
Thank you very
again.
much.
I will be there on 29th of May. 28th. Because
Thank you
by
very much,
midnight of
sir.
the 28th, you're supposed to start being. And that happened in Anambra State.
Thank you very much, sir. My second question for you. Recently, you condemned President Tinubu's trip to St. Lucia. With a little bit of data, as at April 2025, President Tinubu had spent 59 days on 8 trips to France. He has done 20 trips out of the country as at January of 2025. He is currently in St. Lucia after coming back from a holiday in Lagos after another holiday in France. A very simple question for you, sir. How do you balance? You've been very vocal about criticizing Tinubu's foreign trips overseas. The presidency says it's to bolster international relations. How do you balance staying at home in Nigeria, settling your domestic issues, and going overseas? And where do you think the current government is doing it wrong? Especially vis-a-vis
Let me
this
tell
current
you,
trip to St. Lucia. Thank you, sir.
let me tell you, nobody takes you serious internationally, and you can't have a strong international relationship if you do not have strong domestic and a stable government. I've said it before that St. Lucia is a country with a size of 617 square kilometers. 617 square kilometers. Nigerian 10th largest city is Ilorin. Ilorin is 765 square kilometers. So Ilorin is about 25% more in size than St. Lucia. St. Lucia is a country with 180,000 people. 180,000 people. That is the size of the population of St. Lucia. The population, if you take it, if you compare it with the population of most of our capitals, which I've compared in my tweet, you will see that it is about a third, like I said, a third of a city like Mina, or to even bring it closer to Lagos. St. Lucia is 180,000 persons. Ajegunle in Lagos is over 540. So Ajegunle is 3 times more populated than St. Lucia. In terms of economy, you cannot compare. I'm just talking about Ajegunle. So in terms of economy, it is just about probably $2 billion, which is about 1% of our country. So I don't know what the Lagos State alone GDP, I can tell you, will be at least 10 times 20 that of St. Lucia. So I do not see what is going to St. Lucia to do in terms of it, if it's going to be attracting or talking about the economy of Nigeria. I can understand if it was going to Indonesia, a country of a size of 270 million people. And we have an economy we need to emulate. As Professor Lewis, renowned Professor Lewis, Ojawakuzi wrote a book. He wrote Growing Apart. He compared Nigeria and Indonesia. People said, or the people in government said they went there for cultural heritage because most 180,000 people living in Indonesia, in St. Lucia, are supposed to be have a freedom from us. Maybe they were slaves or this from Nigeria. Come on. People are dying here. In the past few years, we probably have lost about St. Lucia in terms of deaths. If we are to go by record release that was denied, but people are dying daily here. I have said and I keep saying it again, the leaders of Nigeria today should sit down and face Nigeria. Above all, he's going to spend 8 days. He left on Saturday. He's going to spend about a week in St. Lucia. President Tinubu have never spent a night in any of our states except Lagos in 2 years. And you are going to a place that is smaller than the 10 biggest states in Nigeria. All the far away to St. Lucia. When he could not do 20 minutes journey to Mina, to be able to go to Niger State, where we lost over 200 people and over 1,000 missing. It is all about talking about or complaining about holidays, but complaining that this governance requires compassion. That's all we're asking.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Toasting, please go ahead with your question.
All right, thank you, Gloria. His Excellency, all Nigerians looking forward to hearing from you regarding coalition. And the question, my first question tonight is, recent reports suggested you were close to a joint ticket with Atiku Abubakar for 2027, but your supporters rejected that. Can you please clarify where you stand, running solo or as a part of a coalition, and how you plan to move forward?
That I'm close to what?
He wants you to repeat.
Yes, that you are close to a joint ticket with Atiku Abubakar for 2027.
Where did you get that from? It's not a question of my people rejecting. Let me tell you now. In the coalition, we have never discussed about tickets. You have heard me say it again. In the coalition, and I repeat it, I'm involved in the coalition. And I'm involved there. We're not talking about who will have the ticket or not. If the coalition is about going to take power, just for power's sake, cut me out of it. If the coalition cannot be about how we stop the killing in Boronu, in Zamfara, in Benue, how we secure our country, how we ensure that our food, people have food on the table, how our enemies can thrive, how our industries can be productive, count me out of it. I want to see Nigeria work. Not that I want to be president of Nigeria and waste everybody's time. People have wasted people's time enough here. I want to see the president of Nigeria that will know there's a crisis in Benue and go there and stay overnight and cry and feel their pain. Go there and attend the mass burial of those people and say it will not happen again in our country. When I was governor, people were killed in the north, in Mubi. They brought them to Adasi, 10 bodies. I showed them the government. I was in their burial. Because that is, for me, should not happen. People have accused me, even me, that they found some people in the river in Nigeria. They forget I was overseas. When those people were found, I turned back, canceled everything I'm doing, came back here, got involved in it. Federal government of Nigeria set up a panel and said it's not a state matter. Yes, I did everything possible to ensure that listen, but there's a bit I can control. Go and ask anywhere where there has been issue in Anambra State. I was there physically. And I want to be a president. Do that. I want to see a situation where a governor in North like Zulu will say, this will not happen, and we will not move there. Anybody who wants to serve should be able to put, even in the life of Nigerians, how many people will die before we say we are at war? We are a nation at war, and we will fight that war head on. Our soldiers are dying. What are we prioritizing? On the day 17 soldiers died in Abuja, sorry, Niger State, and we're talking about it. Our leaders are commissioning what's up? We're talking. We have a plan. And that country has to work. And that's what I'm saying. With this level of debt, I will not be traveling abroad to attract even foreign investors. We are at war. What is happening in Ukraine is what is happening here. We see the way the Ukrainian president is looking, very interested and talking, where is the national concern to fight this war? Head on.
Hello, Your Excellency. I think we're losing you a little bit. Can you hear us, sir? Yeah, it's sounding a little faint. I don't know if you're far away from the speaker area. Or the part of the phone where you speak.
Everything is on. Maybe the people
Okay.
have come on this one.
Yeah, it's clearer now, sir. Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
I don't know where I stopped. Because since you said it, they're not listening, they're not hearing, I don't know where I stopped.
We heard everything you said. It was just a little faint, but you can go on, sir. You stopped exactly where you.
That particular question.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. All right, guys, please ensure that you use the hashtag Peter Obi on Parallel Facts. We have over 12,000 people on this space and counting, and so far we don't have enough retweets. Please go ahead and retweet this space. It's very important. We're trying to get this word out there. All you have to do is click on the arrow. Look at the screen right now. Click on the arrow at the top of the space select the option that says share via post. When you select that option, it allows you share it on your post. And that's not the only option. You can DM it to somebody. Just ensure that you're sharing this space. Ensure that that hashtag Peter Obi on Parallel Facts keeps trending. We appreciate you doing all you can. Charles, you have the microphone. Hello, Charles.
Yes, sorry, I'm here. Thank you.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Okay, thank you so much, Your Excellency. Thank you for joining us tonight. Yes, the first question based on the Gen Z aspect. So, it's on the media aspect. Um, Looking at the obedient movement, being rich in talent globally, especially in branding, media, and IT. So, how do you intend on strengthening the structure of communication, in the obedient movement, considering the level and the capacity and the talent, the enormous talent that we have, in the movement right now. How do you intend on strengthening that, on strengthening the media structure, of the movement? Thank you.
Okay. How do you want me to strengthen the listening? You see, I listened to one of the people who were talking. I listened to one of the people who were making comments. I think it was Ibrahim. He said, some people in the obedient movement think, oh, this is like about Peter Obi's business. It is how do we strengthen it? We're a team. We're working as a team. And you are saying to me, how do I intend to strengthen it? It is for those who have nose. For me, we are doing whatever we can do in the media. But for those who have more, who feel we're not doing well, to come up with suggestions. So I don't think this is not about, when you ask me question about governance and what I should be doing as a president, I answered you. But when you're talking about what do I do to strengthen communication, or the only thing I can do to communicate is personally that I make myself available to be able to speak like I'm doing now, make myself available to do this. But if there's any other thing that is required to strengthen it, I need your conversation, I need your advice. Because I don't know everything. There are things I learn. So those who know can make their suggestions and everything. It is about all of us coming together for our country. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And speaking
One
of
more
it, Bright,
question.
oh, was somebody about to? Oh, go ahead, Charles. Were you about to say something?
Thank you. Apologies. Apologies. Sir, Your Excellency, I'd like to just ask this question because last year, in the beginning of this year, I was even supposed to run for a local government, position in Lagos State, but I couldn't, push forward because of the whole party, issues and all that, and considering the fact that you're still in Labour Party, the last interview, you mentioned that as it stands, you're still in Labour Party. Sir, please, I'd like you to, give us a headway, because, we just recently, Dr. Mo, who is close to you, also just emerged as the candidate of,
I'm not hearing you again.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and ask this question now. Looks like we lost Charles there. But speaking of Ibrahim, sir, I asked him this question earlier. Critics and even some of your supporters have described you as too calm, as too measured in a country that's facing deep crisis. For instance, at Emmanuel underscore June wrote, "Good day, His Excellency, hashtag Peter Obi on Parallel Facts. I have trust in your leadership and believe in your selfless leading. But you're a man of non-violence. How are Nigerians sure that 2027 will not be business as usual as far as this political game is concerned. And the next step is we should go to court. After that, everything ends there. So I'm asking you, sir, are you ready to be louder and more forceful when necessary based on what some of your supporters actually want you to do?
Well, let me tell you what my supporters tell me. We will do things differently in 2027. We will not be violent, but we will make sure that the vote in every booth counts. If our people in every booth had insisted and done the right thing, we wouldn't even get to Abuja before the election is concluded. So let's do things properly first, and that we are trying to put together. And I assure you, we will put it together. That's where we want to be. We want to make sure everything is ready done first before we get to Abuja to be able to insist on the right thing. We will make sure we get it right before we get to a stage where we are not going to be violent, but we are going to be strict that the right thing will be done. And I assure you will see it happen. Because we will ensure that people are in every booth and are not going to allow what happened before to happen. And that is where we will start.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right.
Go
Can I?
ahead,
Okay.
M6.
All
Go on.
right. Hello, sir. Bola Tinubu has made us understand how quickly you can further destroy a nation in a very short time. One gaffe speech at his inauguration literally blew up inflation in seconds. On the flip side, good governance from Alex Otti has also shown us that 24 years of decadence in a state can literally be fixed in the same 2 years that Tinubu has given us ineffectual leadership. I'm asking a simple question, sir. Give me 3 things you would look into or take serious in your first 100 days in office. Because I need you to understand that when you get into power in 2027, for instance, you literally will have no time and Nigerians will be on a shorter fuse with you than they possibly were with Buhari and or Tinubu. So in 100 days, what will be 3 things you would focus on that Nigerians will start to feel better when you get into power? Thank you, sir.
Well, very simple. You bring civility and order in governance. How from day one prioritize security of life and property. Prioritize critical areas of the measuring development, which is education, health, and pulling people out of poverty. And you said to me, no, that is not achievable. Not that something you can start from day one. How do you prioritize them? You start by cutting the cost of governance and ensuring that resources are being rechanneled as quickly as possible to these areas. You start by ensuring that you fight corruption head on from day one. From day one. If you have zero tolerance on your own for corruption, your family and everybody are not involved. You start channeling resources into critical areas. And it's not something you can go far away to know how it was done. That is what I did in my state. That is what led to my impeachment. Because the people didn't understand what I was doing. Because from day one, I started cutting cost of governance. From day one, I've done it in every folder where I showed 3 reasons why I was impeached. Refurbishing office, refurbishing my lodge, ensuring that Anambra State, under my watch, does not have a governor's lodge in Abuja. Shutting down office of First Lady, using in my first 1 year, the cost of my travel was less than 20% of what was budgeted. I can go on and on. And then went into securing the state, which was very tough. For the first 2 years, it was tough. Very, very tough. For me, I must say that. Going into education, again, it was tough. Going into pursuing areas of health and rural roads in order to open up to fight poverty. When people talk about me and poverty, I can only say, go and listen to Magnus Pakol that was in charge of fighting poverty. Go and check my records from European Union to UNICEF to UNDP. At least that is better spelled that in 7 years, because that's 1 year I wasn't there, in 7 years, we were the best state in Millennium Development Goals. We started 8 years before we joined. So there's no hanging fruit. For example, somebody said now, whether I'm still in Labour Party, what they can do. If I'm involved, one of the things I must be able to do to bring about stability in our polity is to ensure we have a strong opposition. Very strong opposition. That the state will ensure it functions well, supported well. The party must be supreme. The party is more important. We need parties that will make it be worthwhile, that will be respectful, and be able to show that we bring in changes that will make our opposition strong. I will fight for proportional representation in the parliament so that the opposition can be stronger, and I'll consult them. Because about nation building, you will see it happen. In other places, it happen.
Hello, Your Excellency. We're losing you, sir. Okay. It just sounded faint a little bit.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, it's clearer now, sir.
Yes, go ask them in Anambra State. I work with opposition. You can go ask ACN, which is the party that our president had then in Lagos. Go and ask Governor Fashola when they came to Anambra State to campaign for Governor Chris Ngige. I gave them my staff vehicles to go for that campaign. I provided them with security to go and campaign. In the election I'm running, Chris Ngige's campaign against me. Against the campaign. Go and ask Governor Juzo. When he came to campaign for his party, Sauche Kunife, it was me who gave them lunch after the campaign. He granted press conference in front of me, saying that I've done well, that Uche is coming to replace me. I was standing beside him as he was doing that press conference. I gave them the vehicle to come and do that campaign. I can go on and on. When Obasanjo came to Anambra State to campaign for Juba, I went with him to the campaign. And they were announcing that I'm going to go. I didn't quarrel with them. My House of Assembly, because it was PDP, under Obasanjo, vote of confidence against me. I said I'm not doing well. I didn't quarrel with them. When I was impeached, I came back from impeachment. They said the speaker must go. I said he must not go. Everybody said you're crazy. I said no. We must have stability. People have right to oppose you. You must build a system that works. That's what I want to see at national level, where I can call the opposition leader on phone and say, we have a crisis in this country. Come, let's discuss how we are going to solve it. And we start solving it. That's leader. That's what it should be. People criticize me every day. Even people who are younger than my children, and I call them on the phone and say, how are you? I like what you said. And go on. It is not that when somebody says something, oh, the man is useless. So that is what I'm saying.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We will be bringing speakers up shortly, but we'll just take a question from the panel before we do that. Mommy B, are you ready?
Yes, thank you, Gloria.
You're welcome.
Sir, I mean, you've touched upon LP, but the angle I'm coming in is quite different. People, especially those in government, have cited your inability to claim, because well, I'm not saying that's the case, your inability to manage the issues in Labour Party as being some indication that you are would be unable to manage Nigeria. And more recently, they have given examples of, we know that Dr. Mo has recently emerged as a candidate for ADP. Obedience want to know, sir, what's going on? Do we have a political home, or we are looking for another one? Thank you, sir.
Madam Bolale is like a man who has now, he has heard where they knock down a building and says it belongs to an unknown person. Those who are telling you that are those who mismanage the party. I have been in a party crisis as a governor. And when Yaradua heard it, he called the INEC chairman and said, I don't want problem in any party. Labour Party problem, I said it publicly and everywhere, can be traced directly to governments. They are the ones causing the problem. And I've said this repeatedly. We have even gone to court. The court have given judgment. Why haven't the government agency come out and said something about? Why can't they respect the rule of law? What country do we have? We have a country where the president said he's happy that the oppositions are in disarray. That's the type of country we have. I will not be happy that the opposition is in disarray. I will ensure that it's fixed. That's why I gave you an example of what I was doing in my state. Go and ask PDP people. In my 8 years of being governor, I work with everybody in PDP. I work with everybody in any other party. Go and ask them. Anybody, go and ask them whether I'm quarreled with anybody. If there's a problem in any other party, I just gave you an example that I was campaigning with Chris Ndige as governor. His party said, we are coming to Anambra State to campaign against me. I accompanied them, gave them an official vehicle. When President Jonathan came to campaign for Tony Moye, who is now a senator, asked him, It was me who took them to Obi of Onitsha. In front of Obi of Onitsha. President Jonathan was telling him, I'm here as PDP. Then we came with the Afghan governor. We were not quarreling. Today, me and John is working because we had peace. I used to visit him in his house. I used to visit all of them because that's what it is. I will bring peace and stability all over Nigeria, and I will ensure that the house of the opposition is peaceful. We want a Nigeria that will work. I will serve with oppositions. I will consult them. I will discuss with them. I will visit them. I did it in Anambra State. You can go and verify that. Ask anybody. Ask Ben Obi. Ask anybody. They were senators. I served Anambra State with 30-member house of PDP. I did not have one member. Senators, 3, PDP. All the House of National Assembly member, PDP. And there was no issue. Only me is the governor from another place. Every other person is PDP. There was no single quarrel. Maybe House of Representatives, I think I have one person also to know my own constituency. There was no quarrel. The other ones were all from opposition party. But we remain calm. That's what I want to see in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. And we will be bringing speakers up in just a bit. I will go over those rules again so that this can be as smooth and quick as possible. Again, don't forget to retweet this space. Click on the arrow on the screen right now. Click share via post. And that way you can put it on your timeline, send it to somebody. If you're not following us on X, I have one question. Why would you even do that to yourself? Go ahead and follow us. And we're not just on X, we're everywhere. And of course, we're streaming everywhere as we speak. All you have to do is click on the link in our bio. Our Linktree bio will show you, or the Linktree link in our bio will show you everything in one place, from Facebook and X, formerly known as Twitter, to Instagram, to YouTube, even our official website, parallelfactsnews.com. All our contents live there. Just hit the link and stay connected with Parallel Facts on a platform near you. All right, now we're going to be bringing up speakers, and here are the the rules around this, okay? Please let's keep this as smooth as possible so that we can be considerate of other people who have been waiting to speak with with His Excellency Peter Obi. First things first, ensure that your hand is up. If your hand is not up for too long, we will assume that you want to move on and we will remove you. And that way we can allow other people come up. Keep your questions to 2 minutes maximum, please. We're just trying to move through this very quickly. Keep your questions as short as possible. If it's too long, we'll have to mute your mic and then we'll have to bring somebody else. So please work with us. Thank you so much. Another thing is, again, get straight to the point. No insults, no disrespect. This is a community space. Let's keep it very respectful. All right. Now let's take the speakers. Beautiful Flower. Wow, I love that. Beautiful Flower, you have the mic.
Yes, thank you. Hi, everyone. Yes, so my question is, I think, I'm not sure if the silence from Honorable Peter Obi is strategic or if it is weakness. So I'm going to go straight and ask on that, really. So some critics believe that your strategic silence creates a bit of uncertainty as we're seeing, opposition or the ruling administration sort of, coalesce together. So why is there a delay in the response of a roadmap? Are you open to coalition or are you running as a single candidate? Thank you.
I've answered this question. I'm involved in the coalition. I said it. And I give my position in the coalition. So I don't know what they're saying about. Are you involved in the coalition? Are you involved in this? I'm involved in the coalition. But remember what I always say. In the coalition, we have to, as we move on, we're just beginning. As we move on, we know what exactly are we going to do. I think people are asking this question, in what I call sinister move. Let's know what Peter Obi is planning. No, I'm involved in coalition. I believe that every meaningful Nigeria at this time should sacrifice, I use the word, should sacrifice for the sake of Nigeria to ensure that will bring about good governance to Nigeria. And I've never been in desperate mood or desperate for anything. But I want to see is a Nigeria that works for everybody, especially reduce the suffering of Nigerians. So I'm in the coalition. But remember that while we are in the coalition, trying to adopt a party, we in Labour Party, who think we are in the right side of Labour Party, we are announcing with the holders of Labour Party, where the neck people are, and still pursuing the resolution of our party after the court judgment from the independent electoral body. By the time we got there, we will still be talking with our partners in the coalition, because the coalition is a partnership of people who mean well. And I hope that will remain so to the end. And I will always respect it. So when people say you're not decisive, I don't know how decisive again I'll be if I say, oh, I'm involved in this marriage. But remember that there's a possibility that the marriage can develop a problem. But as long as the marriage remains with respect, with responsibility, with sacrifice as married people, I remain in it. I've been married for 30 years because over 30 years, there's a sacrifice. And as Steve said, I will be in it forever. So, if there's no sacrifice, we're not going to. If tomorrow I shall not of my own, I have people I'm leading, I consult them. I'm not one of those leaders who go and say, hey, I'm in charge. Because you cannot be in charge as a leader. You are leading people. You must at all times listen and respect them. So they are also part of the coalition. So coalition is not Peter Obi. Coalition is Peter Obi and those people that is leading. Those people are serving, which includes most of you. I need to consult you. I need you to know what we're doing. For now, we have issue in Labour Party where we don't know whether independent electoral body will even take candidates from us. We're happy that the candidates in other places have been concluded. But right now, we don't know what they're going to do. We know we're on the right side, but in Nigeria, we see people who are on the right side, who are honest, go to jail when the criminals are moving around. So we don't know which side they're going to take. So if anybody comes to them and say, I want to contest the election, my answer is yes, because I want more good people to be involved. But since we don't know where we stand, you can join social party when we try to resolve our position. Because right now in the coalition, we are trying to adopt a party, but we know that in the future, other parties will work with us. But in order to have a place, because if the leader then says, I'm happy everybody's in disarray, he will ensure that everybody's in disarray. So we're trying to do something. So we don't know when this disarray will stop.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
People to work in any way they can, and we should support them because they're good.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Hello, Ripple. You have the mic. Go ahead, please.
All right, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Nigerians. Good evening, Your Excellency. Globally, we have Africans home and abroad in the diaspora on the continent, looking up to African leaders like Ibrahim Traore, young as he is, exemplary as he is, to wonder, does democracy actually have, the answer that we're looking for? We as Nigerians, we, especially on this particular platform, we're still honoring democracy, regardless of what happened in the elections. But because of the fact that we're getting killed, the floods are killing us, the bomb blasts are killing us, hunger is killing us. We're dispersing the land, we're traveling outside of our land. We're curious to know, how can we start to prepare for the 2027 elections? Aside everybody having good spirits, faith, harmony, we also need a plan. The most rampant question that has been asked on this platform tonight is, which coalition, which party? That is because we as a people, we want to know how to align behind you. So my question now is, what campaign tools can we start using currently? How can we start putting the word out there? Because if we are not receiving direction from you, majority of us would think we're doing things for selfish reasons. There have been people within our midst who have started to question your authority, who have started to question the things that you do, the campaign style that you have chosen. The opposition is using a campaign style that is of a psychological warfare type. Are we allowed to use that? Because we can use the same tools, but if we do not know if you're comfortable with things like this, then we cannot be sure if you're going to back us in the future.
Can you give me an example of one of the tools?
Okay, Mr. President. Sorry, you're my president, so that's what I will call you. We have a TikTok app. It's an application. It's called TikTok. And on that application, you have millions of young people who are constantly on a daily basis being subjected to media of the current sitting president of the FCT, who is not supposed to be in power, and displaying him as though he is a drug baron, displaying him as though he's someone who is corrupt, but still in power. That is an example. Media tools that have been created using AI, user-generated content using AI, that are not even created from actual videos or clips, to portray an image as though someone who is illegitimate can indeed still rule a country as powerful as Nigeria. That is an example. Thank you, sir.
Well, I will not be part of going to do what is wrong. I will not be part of going to portray somebody for what he is not. I will not be part of using AI or wrong tools to be showing people, calling their names. You have seen my politics. I don't call people names. No, never. And I will not do it. If that is the only thing I will do to be able to be president, capital no. I want us to criticize issues. I want us to say where we are better. I want us to show what we will do differently. I want us to live a civilized, civil life where public conduct and everything. When I say that the president of Nigeria should not be going on holidays at a time like this. Go and write it down that Peter Obi as president will not go out to say, Lucia, if Nigeria is like this for more than 2 days, but I will not even go out all. I can tell you. I want to go to holidays in Medugri. I want to go to holidays in Sokoto or Zamfara and ask them, how can 100 Nigerians die in 1 day? Who is killing them? What did they do? We're at war, and we must face the war. That's what I want to see. I don't want to go to holidays. I want to go to holidays when I finish serving them. You don't go to holidays when you have a war. And I do not see anything. We are not going to even to establish a cultural link, because the people you're going to establish link with cannot follow you to the war front. Nobody visits the war front. If we are looking for Nigerians who are sold in slave, we fixed Nigeria and they came. The whole of America, including their stars, Kenya for first time. And they were happy. They said, we are going home. We are fed up of America. Steve Wonder, everybody they came here. Today they can't come. As governor, I hosted the Jacksons, all the Jackson family. About not Michael. I hosted his brothers. Tito and Co. They came to me. They said, we want to come home here. But they can't come. Nobody will follow you to the war front. What people do now is to tell you, oh, it's in Boronu, it's in Zamfara, it's in Sokoto. Please, it is in Nigeria. And I want us to face it. That's what I'm talking about. So it is not about us saying, oh, and there's a weak opposition. There's no opposition in Nigeria. If you want to have an opposition, I'll tell you how opposition works. Opposition works in South Africa. It works in Indonesia. The reason why it works there is that there's what you call proportional representation. In South Africa, after election, in Indonesia, after election, if you're a member of ANC, if you're a member of any party, after election, Indonesia, and most places, and you defect, you lose your seat immediately. You can change your party during the election, but after election, you stay with that party. And it is the percentage you have in election that you get in the National Assembly. The leaders who contested election like me should be there leading their people. In Nigeria, people are voted into Labour Party and they give you all of excuse. They go to them and say, we are going to give you money. When are we going to stop this, Nigeria? I will make it stronger. I will not allow one member of another party defect to my party. You must stand with your party. It will not happen under my... I want you to go and check that. Yes, it might happen under me in the past, but I worked with PDP people. I was close to them. Go and check all the house members that were with me. They were in PDP and I was working with them. I didn't have to go and tell all of them, I'm going to give you money, come and defect. How? No, they're Nigerians. Today, we go and shut down everywhere, celebrating opposition to receive people who are coming to our party. When did we go to Benue anywhere to celebrate and stay with those who died? Mourn with them. Which country is this that we're celebrating when people are dying? We're happy that people are moving their party. No, we're not talking about the dead.
Thank you,
Hello,
Excellency.
Your Excellency.
Go ahead, N6.
Gloria, please, I just want to ask a question. Hello, Your Excellency. Good evening. There is a very important question a lot of obedients want me to ask you. So I will beg your indulgence. In October of 2024, in July of 2024, the breaking news read, Peter Obi sues Bayo Onanuga 5 billion naira for defamation. Bayo Onanuga had dragged your name in the mud with lies and pure defamation. When you sued Bayo Onanuga, from that time till today, he has not mentioned your name again. If he has, it has never been by way of defamatory content. As an obedient, we then see pictures of you at an event with Bayo Onanuga, taking pictures, smiling, and as we say in Nigerian parlance, shining your teeth. We on the streets of Nigeria are fighting for a new Nigeria. We are cutting people off, friends and family, for telling lies and gaslighting the nation. Some of us are even connected to the Tinubus and to the APCs, and frankly speaking, if we didn't care about Nigeria, we'd plug into them and make whatever money we can at this moment. But because we believe in you and believe in what you stand for and believe in a new Nigeria, a lot of us are facing this opposition as it is opposition. So I want to ask you, sir, when you go around hugging, taking pictures and selfies with people who have defamed you, insulted you, put lies on your name, dragged your name through the mud, who have left a Google imprint of lies against your personality, your character, and even your service in public office, how do we handle this issue, and what would you say to us on how to handle this issue moving forward? Thank you.
My brother, I hear you very well. But let me now tell you about Mr. Peter Obi. I went to 90th birthday of the publisher of Vanguard. That was my first time of meeting Bayo Onanuga. In fact, if I see him on the road, I wouldn't know who he is. It was actually there that they told me that is Bayo Onanuga.
Sorry, sir. Could you repeat what you just said now? Sorry. You skipped for a second. If you see him on the road, you wouldn't go.
He heard me. I attended the 90th birthday celebration of Vanguard publisher. And there I met the person called Bayo Onanuga. If I meet him on the road, I wouldn't even know who he is. But I was told there it was him. But let me tell you, if you know me as Peter Obi, I'm never annoyed with anybody. I laugh with anybody. I just told you that the man who impeached me called me names when I came back from impeachment. The House moved the motion to remove him as Speaker. I said, not under my watch. He will remain the Speaker. The man who moved the motion for me to be removed, who moved the first motion, the man who seconded it, within months of that, had a burial in their house, in their places. I attended them as governor. My dear brother, I disagree with people. I laugh. I pray for my enemies. But I pray that God blesses those like you who are suffering. I pray for my enemies to change. That is what I do. Anybody who had told you that Peter Obi was fighting anybody, no. I made somebody governor said I should stop coming to the state. Go ask anybody. When he had problem with EFCC, I wrote a letter supporting him. In a case, his lawyers are hearing what I'm saying now. I wrote a letter supporting him. No, there's nothing big that we will gain from going out there, quarreling and fighting with people, breaking people's head. The day I was in my brother's house that was being knocked down, I kept begging the people working there, can I have opportunity of meeting whoever sent them? Can I visit the person in his or her house? And that's what I look at today. Let us have an amicable settlement. There's enough.
So, my leader, sorry, let me just.
I cannot go about. I'm pleading with you. Please, let's remain as same as we are. Every single day, I criticize what is wrong with this government. They reply me. They call me name. Don't look at what they are calling me. Don't look at defaming me. That's what they are doing with me. Let's see if we can solve the issues. People calling me name or calling me anything, my brother, to me, is far, far irrelevant to me if they can put food on the table of sovereign Nigerians. If we don't put it
Your Excellency,
yes.
Your Excellency, sorry to interrupt you here, but you said something that I need one last clarification from you.
Yes.
If this is your disposition as a gentleman leader, that is fine. But I want you to consider two things and then further explain to me. First consideration, all your examples are from a Nigeria that worked when you were governor. But that Nigeria and this current Nigeria are under two different leaderships. They are under two different dictatorial styles of presidencies. So I worry, are you not sure that your old trusted formula that worked for you before might not be working now? And then two, this nice disposition, all fair and good. Hold on, sir. Hold on. I love you, sir. Hold on, I'll be done in one sentence. This disposition, while it is all fair and good, and while it works for you, I worry. Are you sure it will work in Nigeria when you become president and APC has had 10 years destroying the economy? Buhari put us in 77 trillion naira debt before leaving. Bola Tinubu has currently put us in 2 years of his tenure. You're going to have a massive amount of people you might need to jail or investigate for huge corruption from the APC. I worry about your disposition. How would you then seriously deal with a lot of these traducers if you're cool with them today? Explain that to me, and then that's my last question. Thank you, sir.
Being friendly with people have nothing to do with dealing with the law. It is two separate things. That I'm friendly and laugh with people doesn't make me to be if you don't know, ask people when I was governor. I did not just laugh with people who are public. When they had somebody like a criminal called Ofaku that we had to deal with, I visited him in his house when he was caught. Because I wanted to know why. I visit people in prison. I want to know why. I want to learn from them. Why they're doing what they're doing. That has nothing to do with the law. If you are corrupt, if you you did what is wrong, the law will enforce the law. But remember what I said in 2019 when I had an issue of debate as vice presidential candidate. You cannot close your shop and be facing thief. Yes. What I need to do is to stop Nigeria from bleeding first. Stop Nigeria from wastage. And then I will go back and deal with those issues. These are two separate things. that somebody called me an idiot, which I'm not, called me a thief, which I know I'm not, called me religious bigot, which I can tell you, and God in heaven knows I'm not, called me tribalistic, which everybody knows I'm not. These are the things they are. For example, I wrote today a question about the president traveling to St. Lucia. The reply from the presidency used the words mischievous, wicked. What are they calling that? No. What I said is facts. I just said, not at this time. So if somebody calls you name, you don't go and start, oh, because they call you name. No. My disposition remains that I'm a leader. I have to be different. I have to have good and private public conduct at all times. It is important. Very, very important.
All right. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Our defense,
Oh,
let's,
go ahead, sir.
let's remain strong on our demand for better leadership.
Thank you, sir. All right. Just a quick announcement. Here at Parallel Facts, our website, of course, is parallelfactsnews.com. In case you're not aware, we have a reach of over 500,000 active viewers across 150 plus countries and
Yeah,
2,000.
can we
Sir?
hear from other people? Somebody other
Yes.
people who are there, we
Yes.
want to hear from them. Please.
We will bring them. We will bring them up in a bit, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Um,
Thank you.
You're most welcome. So we do have viewers across over 150 countries and over 2,000 cities, and we're a highly sought after digital platform, not just in Nigeria but in the entire diaspora. We have over 120,000 followers on all our platforms combined, and we are growing very strong and very quickly. So if you want more info on advertising with us or doing business with us, please send us an info or send us an email, info@parallelfactsnews.com. I had to throw that in, please. Thank you all so much for your patience. Please allow us sell our market, and we appreciate you all so much. But now back to the programming. All right, Mr. Makanaki, I know your hand has been up at this point. I know your hand is paining you severely, but you finally have the microphone. Please take it away. Ife, you'll be up next.
Yeah, good evening, Your Excellency. Good evening, everybody. Please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. Of course, my sister, my hands has been up for a while, and obviously it has been paining me. But I kept it up there because I needed to, say something. Your Excellency, sir, I do not have any questions for you. I just have some words of reassurance and encouragement for myself and my fellow Nigerian people on this platform. I know a lot of people have so many questions to ask, but I have a few things to say. So I'm from Abia State originally, and Abia State is a state that for over 24 years, corruption has become a norm. So we took a step and a bold one to make sure that our votes count this time around in the last election, which has Dr. Alex Oti as the governor of Abia State. And I can categorically tell everybody on this platform that Dr. Alex Oti is the most performing uh, governor in Nigeria currently. And all hopes are not lost. A lot of people, like myself, believe, a lot of Nigerians believe that all hopes are lost in this country because of the things that have been going on for so many years in the past right now. But I am here to reassure everybody else